Hello and welcome to a new video, and today's video we're going to take a look at the new Quaquaval. I have no idea how to say the name. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the new Hydro Cannon version of this Pokemon. We are not going to run Awkward Step because Awkward Step just literally doesn't make sense on this thing. And I kind of want to take a look on how good this Pokemon currently is. The thing is, this Pokemon very likely is going to be very solid in the future because everything that this Pokemon needs is a new fast move. That is all it needs, because you have already double step coverage with water and fighting, which is honestly very solid together on this Pokemon, with two super hard hitting moves on a Pokemon which has quite solid attack stat as well. If it would have a better fast move than Wing Attack, which was actually a solid fast move when it first got released, but then got nerfed, this Pokemon would be absolutely amazing. But how good is it currently even without that? Let's take a look here at the battles that we have with this Pokemon. We're going to have a very interesting team of Quadsire in the lead, being very solid against like the Pokemon that both Greninja as well as Quaquaval doesn't want to see here. Both of them are going to be weak to, of course, those grass and fairy type Pokemon, which you should be able to answer at least with the lead. What you see as well, we're gonna get an attack drop. We were quite unlucky today in those test battles with those attack drops from Digger Speeds. There was several times. I think actually every Scorching Sand debuffed me. But yeah, we're going to see here that the Hydro Cannon would have maybe knocked them out, or at least put them definitely into farm down range without the debuff. But this is part of the game we play. Fire Punch is coming through, and they're gonna get some extra energy here as well. Again, I mostly didn't even need to go for this move here if it wasn't for that debuff, but Hydro Cannon gonna take the KO here. In comes the Drapion, and I still actually would be able to still get to another Hydro Cannon, which is kind of nice. So again, that's a very hard-hitting move from a Pokemon that gets stab on it, and we see already and how much potential this Pokemon actually has. Like, Quaquaval actually has so much potential when you would give this Pokemon their new fast move. Like, there's sadly not really any good water type fast move currently, or fire type fast move other than Karate Chop, really. I guess that counter can still work out as well, but not for this Pokemon, and I don't think it learns Karate Chop. So, like, there would need to be a completely new move generally in order to make this Pokemon solid there. So, yeah, would be interesting. First battle we win here, though. Taking a look now at the next opponent, we're going to encounter here a Mightyena in the lead. That's going to be a very neutral lead matchup. They have a lot of damage output actually, thanks to Sucker Punch plus Crunch here as well, but also of course access to the move Poison Fang in order to drop our defense. But they decide to go straight for the Crunch, allowing them to do some solid damage, but we can of course retaliate here straight away by going for our own Earthquake, which is gonna get the shield from the opponent. I have two Pokemon in the back that can resist the Dark type damage, and so I swap out of here to get completely hardwalled by the Dex Spun. We can still at least see on how much damage we can do with the Quaquaval here, with the Hydro Cannon coming in. Going to do quite some solid damage. Gonna put it down into the deep yellow health. But again, it's not going to be enough. And the issue here as well is that Poison Sting apparently is not doing a lot of damage as well. What you're gonna see here, by the way, a little bit in the gameplay today as well, is that there were a lot of freezes and whatever, which I do think is down to the heat. My phone was kind of overheating while trying to do the video. It's just very warm here. I wouldn't really blame the game for that. I think it's just my phone not really dealing well with the heat that's currently going on. So yeah, that's something that definitely impacts at least one or two games here today as well. But again, it's friendly battles, so who really cares? We just want to take a look at the new Pokemon. That's why I also brought out my Greninja with the hat on it. Not the best IVs compared to my other Greninjas I have built, but it's cool because it had a hat on. Here we're getting completely hardwalled from the opponent. Good game there. And the same kind of happens in the next battle as well. We're going to encounter here the Marowak in the lead. Nothing I can do, I'm gonna swap out and get out the Wigglytuff, which honestly is a very common call. Like, Wigglytuff and the Marowak together work really well together. It's a core that is just very solid still, so like maybe not too surprising. Yeah, we would have had actually a very solid matchup still with our Quaquaval against the lead. Even though then again, like, this is like an interesting thing about Marowak. Marowak itself, if the opponent doesn't resist ground typing, you actually a lot of times are able to just win the battle with the Marowak in the two-shield scenario, just because of the insane amount of pressure that you have thanks to Mud Slap as well as the Bone Club. Yeah, Bone Club it is. So yeah, this is a bit of a tougher matchup. We want to see here now the Bastion coming in. We should be able to hopefully destroy them here with our Greninja, which is going to be really cool. But also I'm kind of excited for the next season. Next season is going to start as well, like in a month already. I have to kind of yeah, push myself to get up to Legend very soon. Actually, I'm gonna try to maybe do like a sprint to Legend during the next Great League phase, where I just try to play really good teams and try my best to find teams that can climb through the current meta. Because, yeah, I'm gonna be on a vacation as well in like 2 weeks, and before then I kind of would like to be Legend already, so yeah, we're gonna try to go for like a sprint there. Haven't taken a game serious recently. I had like a lot of things going on in real life, so I didn't even do most of my battles this season so far. But yeah, excited for the Great League coming back now, I think for even 2 weeks, so definitely stay tuned for the content in that period as well. Moving on, we're going to take a look now at the Scizor. Scizor is going to be an interesting Pokemon here as well. We're going to be able to, take a look at what this Pokemon is going to do against us. So that they're going to do quite a lot against our Clodsire, as it's going to be able to resist the fast move here as well. But what we can do is we can let the move go. It's going to be the Trailblaze. We can go for the bait here. They are kind of forced to go for a Shield, which is going to be alright for us. And we can swap out into our Greninja, which is going to be cool, as we can try to go for a Shield here. This is totally fine for us. It is going to be the Night Slash coming through. We're going to try to go for our own Night Slash, but they swap out first into the Lapras. And what I'm hoping for here right now is that I might be able to get the boost with the Night Slash. We have a lot of Night Slash that we can go for already. And what we see here is that we get the boost on the first one already. And now take a look at the damage of Greninja after one boost. This Pokemon is just doing so much more now, which is absolutely fantastic. We can use a Shield in order for us to take advantage of the boost now, and we can go up to 2 Night Slashes as well, because we should be able to, still outspeed them here. And even if we want to use a Shield, I would have the CMP tie on my side. Basically, I am going to be able to knock them out. In comes the Scizor. We are going to be able to go for another charge move here. This is going to be the Night Slash coming through, and we can try to go for another one after it. Is this going to be enough to knock them out? Let's find out here. This is going to be definitely enough. And the final Pokemon is going to be Corsola, where I can still go for another Night Slash, which kind of seals the deal here. Greninja is showcasing what a Water-type starter can do if it has the right fast move. But of course, Greninja was a bit lucky getting a signature fast move, which honestly, is a good thing for itself. I like that Greninja got like the special treatment there as well. I wish that we would have got Aqua Step as a fast move as well for the Quaquaval though. Because at the current time, Aqua Step is just completely, not needed, doesn't help you in any kind of way. It's Hydro Cannon in way less damage, but of course you boost your own attack, but you have a fast move that's not gonna be a, stab, so it's not gonna do that much damage anyway, which you see already, like the Aerial Ace is barely doing anything against the opponent, so I don't know. It's something that I wish that Niantic would have handled a little bit differently in terms of Aqua Step being a fast move. Would have made way more sense. Make it similar compared to the Greninja's fast move, for example. Give it like good energy generation, not as much damage or whatever, and that would be absolutely fantastic in my opinion. But like this, it's kind of sad, like, because it's just the fast move that is needed to change for the Quaquaval in order to be solid for PvP. And this is something that's very likely going to happen in the future. Here we're going to see the Gligar. Gonna go down here, hopefully from the Night Slash. It is going to go down here, and we will see the opponent is going to go into that Drapion. We have Feraligatr now against us, and I feel like we just mainly get hard-walled here today, which is alright. Maybe it's down to the team as well. I do think that the team, though, is kind of the best way of using this Pokemon. What I'm gonna take a look at here real quick as well on the side is on what kind of fast move this Pokemon could learn. Air Slash would be one of them, which is not really that nice. There's some other moves that I would like to see as new fast moves in the game or something. This like Aqua Cutter, apparently it learns. Wave Crash would be a cool charge move for it, but there are not really a lot of good fast moves currently in the game that the Quaquaval would be able to learn. So yeah, basically none of the common ones it can learn yet. One of the Pokemon, one of the two fast moves I would love to see in the game soon would be Flip Turn, and Whirlpool would be making a lot of sense for a water type Pokemon to be there. But to be fair, currently there is no better fast move for this Pokemon to learn from the ones that are currently in the game. So this needs basically just one move update in order to be good, but it needs to be a new move completely. Here we're going to see the matchup of us against the Stunfisk, which is not really the greatest matchup at all. It's a matchup that you're kind of always going to lose, unless you're going to use an extra shield here. Like I could have, of course, used a shield and now found him down. But I can stop out as well into the Quaquaval. Gonna be able to catch the Mud Bomb, which is going to be just a neutral hit. And with that, we can go ahead and go for the Hydro Cannon against the opponent. This is going to be alright as well. That's going to allow us to get some nice damage in against them. Or we're going to get just the shield. I'm just going to try to reach for another one. As our fast move pressure is kind of adding up here, which is kind of nice for us. We kind of don't really have the best ways of hitting Jumpluff other than our lead of the Clodsire. And so I'm kind of trying to rely on Clodsire here a little bit. But of course they're going to be outspeeding us. But the another issue is as well is that the opponent is going to already have the energy advantage previously. So they didn't go in there with 0 energy. And so we are kind of finding ourselves in a little bit of a tougher matchup here again, where we're going to be able to go for the Such Bomb now against the opponent. This is going to go up against a Ferret. They literally just swapped out onto the Chart move, which was smart, of course. It is what it is. But as we want to see here as well, the Swift is coming through. We are going to be able to go ahead and go for another Hydro Cannon. Now we have a ton of energy stored, but as we know, it doesn't really make too much sense. Like, it just doesn't really make too much sense in this battle here for us anymore, because we are not going to be able to break through that Jumpluff. We are not there. Like, even a charge move here is not going to be enough to knock them out. They can just let the move go, which they do here as well. We get the boost, which is hilarious, but it doesn't matter. They have a shield left. They can farm us all the way down. And so it's a good game here to the opponent again. I do feel like that this team actually should be working out better than it does here. I do think that this team should be a bit better than what we've seen so far. But we have just so many unfortunate matchups. Like, I feel like we lost every single lead so far. And with that, it's just difficult. Here, I kind of misplayed this matchup a little bit. I didn't expect that the opponent would be able to reach the play rough this insanely fast, but they're going to outspeed me into the next move. I thought with the energy advantage that we had previously to get into this matchup, we would be easily able to get another Hydro Cannon off before, and there was just a bulldoze there coming through from them. But it wasn't the case, and so well done from the opponent. Like, I got kind of bamboozled there, I guess. I wasn't able to figure that one out. But they can now even get the bulldoze debuff, which is a 50% chance onto us. We can try to go for the Such Bomb, but they catch the move again onto the Digger Speed, which I only realized when I see the Digger Speed coming in here, because I didn't think that they would do that. And so now Quaquaval is actually aligned in a perfect matchup. But what I said before earlier, we kind of didn't get that lucky with the Scorching Sands, and again, 30% chance to drop my attack, 30% chance is going to hit, and where this matters is going to be exactly here, which you're gonna see as well. That close combat, it would have easily knocked them out, even most likely the Hydro Cannon would have knocked them out. Like this, it doesn't, and like this, we have no chance here in this battle anymore. So again, it is friendly battles, greatly currently not available. So, like, again, it doesn't really matter, but I find it just kind of funny always to see. Like, I just like seeing on where things go wrong in battles. I like to analyze that. I know, like, some people are getting, thinking it's like me complaining about the game or whatever. It's just analyzing on how you lose the battle, because it's very important to see how you lose the battle, because there's either being unlucky, having hard counter from the opponent, which is kind of unlucky as well, of course. Yeah, of course, lag is a thing. Your own misplays are a thing, and then they're just very neutral battles where one just goes on top based on like split decisions or whatever. But like kind of realizing on where the issue is kind of important, because if the issue is the team, then you kind of maybe want to change the team. If the issue is yourself or like being unlucky, then you can change things in a different direction. So it's always kind of important to analyze where the losses are coming from. And here we're going to have now the final battle for today. And I definitely know, yeah, we're going to talk about it, a bit about it here. We're going to have here the Azumarill coming in. That is our right force. We have Such Bomb. That's very important, by the way, to have Such Bomb here in the lead. Like, that's very, very important. We're going to have the Ice Beam coming through, and they swap out into the Ferrothorn. I was a bit slow at swapping, but honestly, it doesn't matter, because they're always going to outspeed me anyway, because our fast move is barely generating energy. Like, it's, I think, 3? I think it was just 3 per usage or something, like 3 per turn, so like 6 per usage or something like this. It's not a lot, or like 3.5 I think it actually is. Yeah, it's 3.5, so like 7 per use. It takes quite long to get to moves with this Pokemon here, so yeah, we were lucky that the opponent actually decided to let the move go, because if they would have just used their shields on their Ferrothorn, they would have put me in quite a bit of trouble there. And so here we're going to have the Such Bomb coming through. This is going to allow us to do some sword damage against the opponent. Yeah, going to allow us to get the KO here, and we're going to see the Talonflame coming in. And we saw a little bit of lag there already, which makes it a bit more awkward for us to align our fast moves. I think I could have went for 1 extra on there as well, if it wasn't for the lag. But this doesn't really matter at this point, I think, unless I would be able to reach the move here, which I wouldn't. So nothing really changed. Other than maybe I would get a 1 Poison Sting damage in there, which doesn't really matter either. But here we can go to Greninja, which is the alright matchup for ourselves. They're gonna go for 1 Incinerate, which is okay for us. We're gonna be able to go ahead and use a shield against the Fly, and I can go for the Hydro Cannon. This is going to be kind of the safe play because I know they have a bit of energy already on my Quaquaval, and I know that they will never be able to knock both of my Pokemon out under normal circumstances. Why do I say that so explicitly? Here, we're going to see it right now. Fly comes through, I'm going to tap, you see me tap the entire time. The opponent goes to 2 fast moves, that means I should have easily got 3 fast moves in and had 1 extra turn, but the opponent outspeeds me, which means I lost not 1 turn, I lost a minimum of 2 turns there just from lag, which is really annoying. Yeah, good game, but yeah, this is what it is. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. This Pokemon needs a new fast move in order to be good. Right now, not a good Pokemon at all, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it still. See you then, bye bye.